1, 2. Him.
You ready, Nick? Let's get him. Before we get started, I want to extend my gratitude for you taking this trip. This really meant a lot to me.
I appreciate it. I wanted to do this for a while. It's just
my platform got dimensions, and I try my best to make sure that I place a separation between myself and what urban media is becoming. So this is definitely an integral part of.
I always wanted to do Gully TV. I mean, I like the way you do your thing. So
I appreciate it. If you tune into me, you're watching the real Gully TV. I have a very special guest, very educated special guest tonight, who's going to share some information with us about the dynamics of the music business and publishing. This is very necessary. Go ahead and introduce yourself, G.
Yeah, my name is Gongu Roach. I'm a publishing forensics expert based out of Bergen County, New Jersey.
I appreciate you taking a trip, man.
Yeah, no doubt.
One of the first things that I had to ask you about your name, is that your government name?
Yeah, my grandfather named me, I think my name might have been Damien for like a short period. My grandfather changed it to Gongu, like real early.
So what's this? It sounds cultural. What's the science behind it?
Something about an African witch doctor that had 32 children.
Yeah. You gotta give us a little bit more insight on the handle, man. You just like
I mean that's all I remember. My grandfather died when I was like 11, so I really never got the full scope of everything. But I knew that much. It was about some witch doctor that had a bunch of children.
Okay. When I met you at SOBs.
Yeah.
You told me a name. I'm like, damn. I wonder is that a stage name?
Well, you know what? I mean, it stands out, especially for what I do.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? So
All right. Why don't you give my viewers and listeners some insight on exactly what it is that you do? When I was doing my research, and I, was skimming through your EPK, seen copyright maintenance expert. Could you give me some insight?
Yeah, well, copyright maintenance is the name of my company. I do forensics. I'm on the forensic side of publishing, understanding publisher, royalty statements and artist royalty statements. Kind of, contracts. I speak. I'm not a lawyer, but I speak lawyer.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Legalese.
Yeah. I speak lawyer. You know what I'm saying? So I know where my parameters are, what advice on that end and stuff like that, and I kind of try to get people out of contracts, try to get people more fair of a deal. Or, I'll see if a lawyer's doing something wrong and there's just too much percentages getting taken out from somebody, and I try to cut the fat, you know what I'm saying? So they can just get more, more of their money and more of their value, what they're worth.
Right.
Every once in a while, people might call me to evaluate their catalog or try to help them sell a catalog. I don't really advocate for that, but you might as well come to me because I can kind of like get you a better value from me, speaking on behalf of the catalog, you know what I'm saying, and understanding the royalties a little bit better.
Right. Give me some details about your formal education. I noticed that you're very, very bright. You're very resourceful. You sent me some information before during crunch time. Tell me about your formal education.
Well, I mean, I'm a high school dropout, you know what I'm saying, but I just knew people just in the music business early in life, and it kind of just intrigued me to be either on the management side or the contractual side of the business, you know? I mean, my education, I didn't go to college or anything like that, you know what I'm saying? I just got heavily versed in the music business, I would say at an early age. Like late teens and stuff like that. I just started cramming the books on my free time. I was doing dumb shit, at a point in the age and stuff like that. But my love was just reading industry books.
Incredible.
Yeah, just at home reading industry books and reading contracts and stuff like that, and it just I just absorbed it. You know what I'm saying? To the point where I just know how to dance around stuff now. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not intimidated by lawyers or I try to be the translator to the cats that really don't understand. Like just because they be like, "Oh, Gully, my lawyer's great," you know what I'm saying? That might be true, but I just feel like my evaluation would be best to translate to you since I know the ins and outs and been through many lawyers, what a good lawyer is. You know what I'm saying? I might be able to bring you to a greater lawyer. You know what I'm saying? Your lawyer might score 25 a game, but this lawyer right here might score 35. You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm just like to be the evaluator of that. And you know, a lot of times I notice that, you know, a lot of people have friendly lawyers and they're just emotionally tied to lawyers and stuff like that, where I might try to tell them something, but don't let the emotions blind you. You know, this guy's not doing the best job that he can for you. You know what I'm saying?
No doubt.
And I just try to, you know, give that insight for you to make that decision. You know what I'm saying? From here on, I told you. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, try to get you in a better situation.
No doubt.
Yeah.
Speaking of school and education, it's my understanding that you went to school with the late, great Leo Bryant. Who known as Richie from The Last Dragon. That's what we know him as, Richie.
Yeah, he was in my grade.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, we were in the same grade. But he was in and out of school. In middle school, he was in and out.
Yeah.
I don't really recall seeing him in high school.
Yeah.
But I remember when he went away, and he came back like 7th or 8th grade, like he was away. He just finished The Last Dragon. I remember he came back from that or something. You know what I'm saying? And he, well, mind you, Master G's brother, his older brother from Sugar Hill Gang.
Yeah.
So he got the first praise in town. You know what I'm saying? Then his little brother got the praise from Last Dragon.
Yeah.
Then he did some ABC specials and stuff like that. But him along with one or two other kids were like those real popular kids in school.
Yeah.
You know, they might have had the name belt and the chain that we can never afford and all that type stuff. You know, but they were more hierarchy. You know what I'm saying? Praise wise, like, you know, I was a regular kid just like watching from the side.
Yeah.
But like those guys, you know, they got their name up. It was nice to see.
He had the glow in school.
Yeah, 100%. He used to break dance, you know, all that stuff. So yeah, you know, he, you know, praise to him, rest in peace.
I seen a clip of him with the afro. He was a little kid and they was rapping. They was sitting on the car. Did you see that clip?
Yeah, that was on Palisade Avenue in Englewood. Yeah, that was him. That might have been this other cat, Knowledge. There was a couple of cats I grew up around that were a little older than me that was in that clip too. I think Jimmy Taylor was in that clip. But I remember that clip. That clip's from like 81, 82. Yeah, they were on Palisade Avenue in Englewood.
When I seen that clip, I said, man, this little motherfucker was a star from the door.
Yeah.
Like, this is before Richie.
Yeah.
He already had it.
Yeah. But mind you, he absorbed it from his brother.
Yeah.
A block away from where they did that clip was Sugar Hill Records.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? So that was inspirational alone.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Grandmaster Flash coming out of there. All sorts of, you know, I guess new rappers at the time were coming out of there. You know what I'm saying? The Message was popping. They coming right out of there.
So he in.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So it was like, it was a lot of entertainment, you know, and a lot of potential people that, you know, had potential. Some people, you know, got to do their thing. Redhead Kingpin. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Guys like that, they were able to absorb that. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, Sugar Hill West Street, 96 West Street was right around the corner from where they did that video.
No doubt.
And it was that, I would have to say Sugar Hill Records was probably the inspiration for a lot of people. Yeah. To, you know, to do, because, you know, you were able to see it. And plus, Master G, his older brother was driving a Rolls Royce coming right down the block. You know what I'm saying? Everybody knew him from previous, you know what I'm saying? So it was achievable. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Right
so
there.
Highly inspirational.
No doubt.
Yeah.
You said that during y'all school years, he was kind of like in and out of school. Was that due to him becoming a star?
Yeah, that was due to him just going away doing films, things like that. Absolutely.
So y'all was still in school after they completed Berry Gordy's The Last Dragon?
Yeah.
Did you know what he came back from doing? Like, was there any buzz about the movie?
Maybe other people could say more than I knew, but I knew he came back from a big film. And then, you know, maybe a year later or so, it popped. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, he got heavy praise for that, you know what I'm saying?
Where were you at when you seen The Last Dragon from the first time and you seen one of your classmates in a lead role?
Where did I see that?
Yeah, where were you at? Tell me about your life. I think this was like 1985.
Yeah.
Tell me what was going on.
I don't remember if I saw it with Delwyn or a few of my friends. I can't really remember where I saw it at, but I saw it at a major theater. Yeah. I know that for sure.
Yeah.
And I just recall, I don't remember seeing, mind you, I don't recall seeing him in high school. I just don't recall seeing him in high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So 8th grade, 7th, 8th grade was like when he was going away to do the film.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, other people might say, oh, no, I saw him in high school. I don't recall seeing him in high school.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because, mind you, he hit the streets. You know what I'm saying?
doubt.
And was doing his thing out there and stuff. So
When you seen him on the big screen that day, what was running through your head?
Oh no, I mean, he was larger than life, man. You know, being 14 years old, you know what I'm saying? Like, but once again, it was kind of you know, you felt like you could achieve something, you know what I'm saying, due to the fact that you knew somebody that was achieving, you know what I'm saying? I mean, you know, I was, you know, I really can't really say, man. It was just a big thing, like, you know, it inspired the city, it inspired the town.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like he along with him, his brother, along with Sugar Hill Records around the corner, were the inspiration and, you know, gave you the confidence that you could achieve.
I was reading an interview that you did with Chad Silverstein, and you spoke about, I think his name was Chad Silverstein. It was an article.
Oh, okay,
it's
yeah.
in your bio.
Yeah, that was I forgot.
I think maybe it was a magazine.
Yeah, it was.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And you spoke about being around this climate of entertainers in high school and the Sugar Hill Gang, and it kind of influenced you.
Absolutely.
Can you explain
Well, I mean,
what it did to you as a
I knew the father of Sugar Hill Records. My grandfather and their father knew each other from Harlem, and you know, they used to hustle together back in the 50s or so.
Right.
So, you know, he used to always just tell me like, hey, you know, if you want to come by, I could teach you some things, you know, contractually and stuff like that. So I said just go over there, you know what I'm saying? And he kind of like gave me a little bit of foundation on contracts and the music business, you know what I'm saying? Because he was a family friend, you know? Right. So, I mean, that's just how it kind of, I would say that's kind of how it started.
Right.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, me and the kids might have had some discrepancies growing up, but the father, you know, we never had no problem. He was trying to like lay some foundation for me and teach me some things and stuff like that. So, you know, it kind of worked out. I appreciate it. I thank him for that.
No doubt. Mm-hmm. One of the most important questions that I have for you this evening, because after doing my research on you and listening to some of the things that you said, we've been acquainted online for some time now, and there were constant tales of someone being shortchanged or manipulated, right?
Yes.
Is there a history of systematic racism associated with the entertainment business?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, okay, even put to the side, BMG did a survey and did a audit showing that blacks get paid less. Just put that to the side.
Yeah.
BMG did an audit on that. That was proven fact. Blacks get paid less. That was maybe like an audit that I read about that BMG did like 10 years ago, 15 years ago or so, something like that, right?
Right.
But mind you, I have clients from, it's not just rappers I got the Jackie Wilson estate, I got the Joe Tex estate, artists from the 50s and 60s.
Right.
And you know, I mean, other people that I got from the 50s and 60s work for hire contracts, never received no publishing, you know, their contracts were the worst, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I mean, while, you know, maybe some Jewish guy or some other people would claim your rights. Gully does the music, but I retain his rights. My family lives good. And then you gotta call me for $500, you know what I'm saying? And you got a regular job, but your song's on the radio all the time, you know what I'm saying? And it's a hit, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, I mean, back in the 50s and 60s, they weren't really trying to give black people too many publishing entities, you know what I'm saying? And they would try to keep that portion. And of course there was racism. Mind you, you know ASCAP BMI, right? ASCAP wouldn't survey black music.
They wouldn't what?
They wouldn't survey black music.
Okay.
Yeah, you couldn't be an ASCAP member even being black. They wouldn't survey black music back in the 50s and 60s. That's why James Brown and a whole bunch of the other guys are with BMI, because BMI would survey black music.
Yeah.
So there's even racism in the performance rights organizations back then.
Yeah.
You know?
Ain't that a bitch?
Yeah, so it is structured from many different angles. That was, you know, put a ball and chain on your leg, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
So I mean, even to this day, if it's not one, I mean, put it this way, I thought the rappers get it bad, but I know somebody worse than, it gets worse than that. I got reggae artists. The reggae artists,
Yeah.
they get it the worst.
Yeah.
They get it the worst. They get it the worst.
Is that due to the fact that they're in another country?
It almost seems like they size them up, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It almost seems like they size them up. And I'll speak to some of these guys. They're so unsophisticated with knowing the business. And they could be 50, 60 years old. And it's like they just learning stuff that they should have known 30 years ago.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And some of these guys got hits. And I mean, I'll look at their portal and be like, hey, like you did a hit in 1992. It's been sampled 50 times from reggaeton artists, licensing money, all sorts of stuff. Why does the label have you unrecouped still? You know, 30 years later, you're still unrecouped.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that's impossible.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They're paying you on the single, but the rest of the album, you're unrecouped. No, that doesn't even work right, because you're supposed to be unrecouped from a whole. They wouldn't even be paying you on the single.
Right.
So they're playing you.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? So, you know, I'll run back to the label, a major one, show them, you know, the possible licenses from the other Don Omar and all these other songs that were sampled it and stuff like that, and they'll just run off with them. Be like, oh, you know what I'm saying? But, you know, next thing you know, be in court, and, or, you know, I mean, it seems like they size you up, man. But the reggae artists, they get worse than rappers, for sure.
It's my understanding from some research that I did that you were almost ushered into this career that you have due to the fact that you had an uncle who owned 25% of James Brown's song "It's a Man World."
Well, yeah, my uncle Mookie had a portion. It was either 25 or 33%.
Okay.
He might have had more, but James Brown told him he had some white girls in the hotel. And my Uncle Mookie went in the room with James Brown. It was the mom instead of the white girls. He walked in with 25. He walked in with like 33 or 50%. Walked out with half. You know what I'm saying? James Brown was like, according to my uncle, James Brown was like I had to do it. They were gonna kill me.
Oh my.
Yeah. God. So they had James Brown in the bind, and so yeah, they stole half my Uncle Mookie's publishing, and then yeah, I mean, I used to try to fight it to get it back, and then Sugar Hill Records co-conspired with my Uncle Mookie when he was in the hospital bed to sign over his portion of the publishing. I think they sold it for like $900,000 to Warner Brothers.
Yeah.
And then, you know, he was just like, yo, that's not my signature, I was in the hospital. And then that's when I really started a deep dive into contracts and stuff like that, trying to get his portion back from Warner Brothers.
So they will go to the extent of forging signatures?
Oh, very usual.
This happens almost regularly?
Still to this day. Yeah. I mean, just look at it like this, Gully. Okay, I need your signature on something important, right? Mm-hmm. You might be in need for some money. I'll be like, yo, Gully, I need you to do background vocals on this song over here, and I'll pay you $1,000, something to get you in. Pay you $1,000, have you sign off on this. You know what I'm saying? I gave you $1,000. Not give you a copy of that, right? Most of the time they'll try not to give you a copy of it, so now you have no defense. So they can take that signature and put it on some other paperwork that's more important.
Yeah, wow.
You know what I'm saying? And send it in to get the big money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Next thing you know, you're in court trying to sue these people, and the judge be like, hey, you got your copy? No, I don't have my copy, this and that. And they'll be like, hey, well, we got a copy right here. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, so they're ready for defense and everything. And they're in the winner's circle, you ain't got no paperwork, you know what I'm saying? And you can't prove, you know. And then the judge would be like, no, well, I gave them the original. That's why this is a copy.
Yeah.
Just total foolery, you know what I'm saying?
Do you have any stories about gunplay or violence associated with this shit? Because the shit that you're describing to me is like malicious strong arm shit. People get killed for that type of shit in the streets. During the course of you being a forensic publishing expert, has it resorted to any violence to your knowledge?
I mean, I've got clients that said they got threats by, you know, so-called gangsters in the industry and stuff like that. Labels that you know from New York and stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? And I mean, I know people who got robbed by them and they don't even want to pursue it. They might be owed millions of dollars. They just rather not have the hassle because they got to deal with, potential muscle and stuff like that. Like I got to walk around town and stuff like that. So yeah, no, I've been through that, a few times, and some people say I don't care, and some people just do care. But yeah, there's definitely even that it might be 20 years later and these guys are 60. The weird thing is that this guy might be 70 years old, but they're still scared of that 70-year-old guy like he was 30.
Yeah.
And this might have happened, and they were around him like 40 years ago.
Oh, wow.
You know what I'm saying? But it's still institutionalized in their head that he was hierarchy.
Yeah.
So the fears are still the same. You know what I'm saying? It's kind of weird.
No doubt.
Give me, if you don't mind, run off some of your more high profile clients, people that you work with. Is that breaking confidentiality?
Nah, I mean I've worked with the Locks. I helped them get their publishing back from Puff, right?
Okay.
Me and Styles people were working on it for a while and stuff like that. We kind of got together and tried to figure some things out. So I mean that's public information. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, I got the Big Pun estate back.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Do court tribulations and stuff. I help a lot of bad boy artists and producers against Puff now.
Yeah.
I called Puff. I got on the phone with Puff like 2 weeks before he went to jail, and tried to ask him for some money or something, for a client. He hung up on me. Yeah. But I think he already knew he had other issues. He didn't want to hear that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, he just, like, whatever. But, that's the way it goes. But yeah, I mean, I got the Jackie Wilson estate, which is a good estate. You know what I'm saying? Joe Tex, who's sampled a whole lot, from Wu-Tang and a whole bunch of other people. I've helped along the DMX estate.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, man, I can go on for days. I got a gang of clients, bro. I really can't think off top, but I mean, I got a good amount of clients.
I noticed that you reference estates. That means that you fight for somebody posthumously, right?
Yeah, well, I kind of help. I help a lot of estates out because they're the ones that could be deceived the most.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Because the person isn't present.
Yeah. You know what I'm saying? So they don't know their business. So a publisher or record label can say anything to the estate and they might just buy it. Like, no, he owed me money or this or that. You know what I'm saying? So once again, I kind of try to cut through that. You know what I'm saying? And, kind of translate to them that, oh no, they've been lying to you and they've been holding your money. I got a client that hasn't been paid in 40 years. Since 1982. So what's that? 43 years. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Made hits. You know what I'm saying? And I mean, we're working on that now. But once again, the artist died in 82.
Mm-hmm.
The kids inherited the catalog.
Mm-hmm.
And they were pretty much just buying whoever was in control, whatever they were saying. You know what I'm saying? Come to see that whatever he was saying wasn't really the truth. And now we're getting down to the bottom of things. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So.
I noticed that Nature from the firm,
Yes.
98 Nate, my man.
Yes, my guy.
My man.
That's another guy.
Big
Yeah.
fan of Nate.
Yep.
How did you hook up with Nature?
Well, unfortunately, Sugar Hill was playing games with his publishing.
Yeah. So Sugar Hill Records was actually not just a record label, but a publisher too?
Yeah, I mean, they would try to help people out, but they would help themselves.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And they got a few people I know in some sticky situations. In Nate's case, Nate joined the performance rights organization ASCAP.
Mm-hmm.
And when you sign up with ASCAP, you're supposed to sign up for your government name, Jermaine Baxter,
Mm-hmm.
and then you're supposed to have another account for your publishing company. So 2 accounts,
Okay.
right? And they noticed that he didn't register his writer company, but he registered Black Ed, his publishing company.
Mm-hmm.
Instead of being a good administrator and saying, hey, we got to fix this, and you got to register under your government name so you get paid on both ends, they made a BMI account without him knowing under his name. And there's some trickery on how you could do that, even with a fake social security number and stuff like that. You just gotta be good at what you do.
Right.
So they started up a Jermaine Baxter BMI account without him knowing.
Yeah.
And dumped his songs under that account and took his money without knowing.
How long did that go on, to your knowledge?
The decade
When was it detected?
when I got involved?
Yeah.
Yeah. 2010?
Yeah.
8 years maybe.
So what exactly comes into play where an artist will reach out to you and say, yo, something is going wrong or something, I ain't got no
Well,
money.
I mean, most of the time I tell them.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, if you can detect something from the door, that's good, but I'll probably clean it up and tell you more than what you know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because, once again, I do the forensic side. But, I mean, I'm always available to talk to whoever, you know what I'm saying, about, whatever situation they feel they may have. But, once again, my job is just to cut the fat, because sometimes there's unnecessary middlemen and there's unnecessary deals that may not have to have been done that you don't know about, that I could just get out the way and we can go direct.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I know an artist that we both know right now, he's only receiving 65% of his publishing by the time he gets his money from his lawyer. The lawyer went and got him a deal with one publishing company, and then that publishing company went to another sub-publisher, right? So the one company that the lawyer signed him up with is taking maybe like 10%. Then that company is signing with Gully's publishing company, and between them two, they got like a 90-10, so that's another 10% that he's gonna be missing, that's 20%. And then by the time the lawyer receives a check, he tells him, hey, I'm taking 15%, so now that's 35% of your money missing. When I could've just took that guy and brought him directly to Gully Publishing without that middle guy, and get that lawyer out the way for 15%. Like, you're gonna have a 90-10, now you're getting 25% of your money, more of your money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I try to, do that, try to, have, so they can have more, royalty accounting and more value in their catalog, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's an ugly game, man. Like, if you just don't know, you just don't know,
When I hear the term forensic, I think investigative.
Mm-hmm.
What does your work detail consist of? Do you mind sharing? Because you just told me that you normally tell these guys, yo, you being robbed.
Yeah. Well, I know where to look where they don't. You know what I'm saying? It took two decades of experience to kind of know where to look. You know what I'm saying? To know where the bones are buried. You know what I'm saying? And once again, these guys really can't just because they're receiving it, doesn't mean they know how to comprehend it.
Okay.
It's just life, you know what I'm saying? And once again, I try to be the translator to what they can't see. I would say probably 95% of these guys are just waiting for a direct deposit. You know what I'm saying? It's not like you have to have a class to really understand this stuff. You know what I'm saying? And mind you, the more popular you are, the bigger the royalty statement. You know what I'm saying? So, if you're Jay-Z, his royalty statements might be 70,000 pages. You know what I'm saying? He's not going to look through all of that, and I don't think he's probably, if I had to take a guess, he probably hasn't looked at a royalty statement in decades.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And he's just, just money's coming into his account.
Yeah.
And even with like a puff, you know what I'm saying? But I even see holes like a puff. Like I think I might even told Puff, but I've seen holes in his catalog and where he's not receiving money. You know what I'm saying?
So you detected Diddy being robbed too?
Not robbed,
Short change.
but yeah.
That's robbery.
Well, yeah. I've seen where his catalog could be maximized better, where he could be earning more money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it doesn't matter how big your name is.
Mm-hmm.
That's just not his forte.
Right.
His forte is to recruit artists, cultivate the talent, and market and promote them. You know what I'm saying?
Got it.
He never told anybody I'm an expert reading royalty statements.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z doesn't say that. You know what I'm saying? He probably has guys, Jay Brown and some other guys that might be their job and stuff like that.
Right.
But, you just can't look at, and your lawyer too. Your lawyer is not like your lawyer's more into receiving money, not really more into like reading your royalty statements. If he had to read your royalty statements, he's got to read everybody's royalty statements. That's just time he don't have.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you just fall by the wayside. You know what I'm saying? And how the chips fall, they just fall. You know what I'm saying? But like I said, I kind of put the work in to help you grow with the knowledge also. You know what I'm saying? Of, how you could receive your money better. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just really feel like it's an unfair aspect of the business.
Right.
You know?
when you say that you helped the Lox get their publishing back, was your fight, was your litigation or your quarrel, was that with Puff? Was it against Bad Boy?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I mean, he called me up, but he's trying to play both sides. Like,
So he called you personally?
yeah, absolutely. I was cleaning my living room one day, and my phone rang. He's like, "Yo, what up, Playboy?" I was like, "What? Puff?" Like, I was like, "Oh my." I was like, "What's up?" And I remember him telling me, like, "I know you're on the job, looking through things," and he was more like, whatever the discrepancies are, don't call my lawyer, don't call this person, don't call that person, just call me directly. You got my number, just talk to me directly, about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I was like, I'll take you up on that offer. You know what I'm saying? And, that's, yeah. So he tried to call me directly, but, he was more trying to sway sides because I got another call from his man that like another popular guy. They invited me to Star Island.
Yeah.
And stuff like that,
like in between. They want to butter you up.
yeah.
Get you on the team and shit.
They were just trying to, I got a couple of invites once or twice, you know what I'm saying, out there, and my partner was like, nah, don't go out there, like, like for a second I was hypnotized, like, oh, well, I'll go out there, like, and I called my partner, she's like, you better not go out there.
No, man, them niggas did something to you.
Like, nah, like, just think about it, like this and that. So I'm like, yeah, okay, nah, you're right, and you're like, I'm more pro artist, more pro writer, stuff like that. So it's like, yeah, let me not fall into that trap, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, but we got it executed, and we got it executed pretty quick. I mean, I think Mace might have got his publishing back too. But the difference is that I could have got Mace a check along with his publishing back. Yeah, for sure, 100%. Okay. I mean, and even if he got a check, I could have got him a bigger check.
No doubt.
Everybody else, like Making the Band, some of these other guys, people I have, he never gave back their publishing. Like all these other people, a lot of producers. So like I remember he was trying to say like, oh, I'm gonna give back everybody their publishing. That was only like a handful of people.
So that was gonna be my next question. Mm-hmm. Prior to him going to trial, it was alleged that he did give back some publishing to people. I interviewed Mark Curry, and Mark said, yeah, he gave me mine back, but shit ain't worth nothing no more.
I could have got Mark more money. Once again, I could have got Mark a check along with that, with his publishing back. Yeah. Like, for sure. Like, it's just, once again, it is what it is. I tried to reach out to him one time, I think on the DM, letting him know, like, yo, I can help you out with your catalog. I don't think he hit me back, but I think he thinks he knows more than me, which is halfway ridiculous, but, it is what it is.
When you say that I could get somebody's publishing back with a check, where does the revenue come from?
It comes from the publisher. It's just, once again,
stolen.
No, it's just, once again, I could read what they can't and kind of maximize on top of what they didn't know and turn that into a check.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
What exactly is publishing? I hear that word all the time. I'm actually registered in ASCAP too. What exactly is it?
Whatever you're writing down is pretty much publishing. It's a copyright. It's a portion of the copyright. There's the authorship side, you know what I'm saying? And then there's the sound recording side, of a copyright. You know what I'm saying? So one side is publishing. The sound recording side may be like your master. You know what I'm saying? So lyrics that you write down, you know what I'm saying? That's 100% yours. You know what I'm saying? Until somebody tries to get it from you.
No doubt.
you know what I'm saying? So that's the publishing aspect of the business. It's pretty much just real estate. You know what I'm saying? It's what everybody's trying to sell right now. For I think Nelly might have sold his portion for $50 million and stuff like that. But yeah, it's the authorship side, and it gets complex on that end too. Like, say if you sample a record, right? Okay, so say if I recite your lyrics from a song, then on a license, like if I have to, pay you because I used your lyrics, but I recited your lyrics, right? So I only have to pay the publisher side because I recited your lyrics and I didn't use any audio. If I sampled your lyrics, which is audio, now I got to pay the master side and the publisher side.
Got it.
You know what I'm saying? So, it gets complex. The copyright business is more complex than the publishing business. It gets the copyright businesses you could learn for the rest of your life. Like, say for example, you might have had a TV show that was black and white.
Right.
And a new company bought the rights and converted it to color. That could be copyright infringement.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because you converted it from black and white to color.
Right.
Without having a license to do so. You know what I'm saying? So the copyright business is way deeper than the publishing business. You know what I'm saying?
What's more lucrative in terms of publishing? A musician's publishing, meaning the person who did the song, the sound, the production, or the writer's publishing. Is there a difference?
Same thing. I mean, like a producer.
Yeah.
I mean, a producer gets 50%
Yeah.
of the composition. A sole writer gets the other 50%. But just like on either end, whoever participates more in that one side, your percentage goes down. So if Gully and 3 of his friends wrote the song and I did the beat, I'm keeping my 50 because I did my part of the end of the sound recording. You did the lyrics, you and 3 other guys, which is 4 people. Now your 50% is 12 and a half each.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, that's you know, it's equal amount until it's co-production or more participants on that side.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Now your split goes down. Unless you get them for work for hire, like I've seen many producers get, buy a beat for $5,000 off this guy, get him out the way. He has no credit, no name or nothing, and it's produced by Gully.
Yeah.
Now, you know what I'm saying? I get 50%. You still working at Target, you know what I'm saying? But I gave you 5 G's, songs all over the radio. I might have made 800,000.
I think you just gave me an idea. I think you just gave me an idea. So, this is one of the things that I really, really wanted to discuss with you.
Sure.
The whole, because it's everywhere.
Yeah.
I believe it's become associated with you publicly. The whole battle with Fat Joe on behalf of Liza Rios and the Big Pun Estate. Tell me about this whole thing with you meeting Miss Rios and there was a homeless shelter or something like that.
Yeah, I mean, not to get on top of Joe and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? I think Joe's a legend, a great participant in the business of music. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So I'm not trying to shade him or anything like that. You know what I'm saying? The only reason I really got on the platform so much about it before is because he said something on Drink Champs. And it was making me look crazy because clients was calling me saying, you didn't even go to court. Like Joe said, there was no court case and stuff like that. Yeah. So I had to go on other platforms to kind of override what he said. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Me and Nori were cool. And I hung out with him in Miami also. I've been to Drink Champs a couple of times and stuff like that, but he's not going to bring me on a platform,
over his man.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? To
upstage his man.
But Nori's not dumb. He knows, I'm sure he knows that I did the right thing, and stuff like that. But I mean, a guy named Stu McCain, DFL.
DFL, yeah.
Who's that French Montana?
Shout out to Stu.
Yeah.
Herbal.
Herbal and them guys. He used to run with Pun a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And, he knew Liza and stuff like that. He called me back in 15 years ago or something. He called me up saying, I just ran into Liza at the homeless shelter, Pun's wife. Mm-hmm. And, shit ain't good. The kids are there too. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And, he knew my skill set. Mind you, my skill set 15 years ago, it's like college ball to pro now. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But I had enough tools then still.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And he put me together with her, and I started bringing her to one lawyer's office, trying to, see if we could fix it. You know what I'm saying? Because she was saying she wasn't getting any money and stuff like that. And the lawyer that I had then was telling me that I'm wasting my time. There was nothing there. He spoke to some other white guy that knew more than me, and he said that there was nothing there. So he don't want nothing to do with it.
So when they say nothing there, they were implying that
I was wasting my time.
That Pun didn't earn anything, or there wasn't any funds available.
That everybody but me believed what the royalty statement said.
Okay.
The royalty statement said you're unrecouped.
Yeah.
Everybody, lawyers, everybody believed it.
Yeah.
But me.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Those lawyers were telling me, it says what it says, you're wasting your time.
Yeah. So what was your next move after that?
To prove them wrong. That they didn't know what I was talking about. Because once again, I'm not a lawyer. I can't litigate like them. I can't make a contract as good as they can.
Right.
But I know they can't understand a royalty statement and eat through a royalty statement as good as I can.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I just went home and, you know, when I got a copy of the royalty statement, I got home and I kind of, you know, did some cross-referencing and things and saw that Jelly Bean was making a fake royalty statement. You know what I'm saying? And then I called up Liza. I think I said on another show before, like, they had these royalty statements, these lawyers, because she had 2-3 lawyers during the time, they had these royalty statements from the inception of Pun's death, because that's when she started complaining, maybe like a year later, from like 2001 all the way to like 2013, these lawyers. So like 12 years, these lawyers are saying like, there's nothing here. They're saying this for like 12 years.
Yeah.
There's nothing here. Lawyer to lawyer to lawyer. You're wasting your time. You know what I'm saying? So what they had for a decade or more that they were holding, I was able to disprove them probably within minutes. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, probably took me like, as soon as I opened it, probably took like 45 seconds, a minute and a half. I was able to be like, oh no, this is no good. You know what I'm saying?
Well, it was some specific jargon that raised your eyebrow.
Nah, I just knew how to cross-reference it.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Which I don't really want to tell the recipe.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I tell you off camera.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But,
I see that I've asked you a few questions that you didn't want to leak your resources.
yeah, I mean, yeah, well,
I
you know, it's a KFC recipe, man. Herbs and spices. You know what I'm saying? I can't. You know?
All right, so you it was some misappropriations going on.
Yeah, I was able to prove it. You know, ASAP.
And
ASAP.
Fat Joe was this was at the behest of Fat Joe, or he was the one that this was.
Well, he was in charge.
That's the behest.
Yeah, he did a 50-50 between him and Pun.
Right.
Then they sold 25% of the copyright to Jelly Bean.
Mm-hmm. Who was Jelly Bean?
Madonna's ex-boyfriend, Jelly Bean Benitez. He was a club music. He was in the music business, big time. Big time. Yeah, big time. He owns a publishing company now, mostly recruited by Latin people.
Okay.
And I remember Noriega telling me before, like I didn't sign up with him. I knew better. You know what I'm saying? Because this guy plays games. He manipulates royalty statements too.
Yeah.
And that's a big part of the business. A lot of guys manipulate royalty statements. Once again, this is an estate, so what does she know, right?
Right.
Once again, you know what I'm saying? That's the best victim to get.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I could play for keeps.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So Joe did a 50-50 between him and Pun. Sold 25% of the copyright for an advance to Jelly Bean. So that's 25% for Jelly Bean, 37.5 for Joe, 37.5 for Pun, 75% split. They would send Liza statements, basically, Jelly Bean would send Liza statements basically saying, you're unrecouped. You're unrecouped 400,000, you're unrecouped 350,000. They went down like 8,000 by every biannual, a slow drip.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And I was able to break through that.
So the reports came out annually?
Biannually.
Okay.
Every 6 months. And, you know, and like I said, I had to leave that lawyer who was telling me that I was wasting my time. And I got with a better lawyer, you know what I'm saying, just for litigation purposes. I do what I do, you know what I'm saying? And we had to take them to court in Southern District, Manhattan.
Yeah.
Basically, you know, kind of disproving that these royalty statements, you know, was bogus. You know what I'm saying? What they weren't, you know, it wasn't true what they were saying.
Yeah.
I was victorious in that.
So you won.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, she was able to, you know, get what she deserved, and now she's living pretty good, in my opinion. You know what I'm saying?
Was there a dollar amount attached to
it? Yeah. It was good. Yeah.
Seven figures.
I can't really say it's the settlement.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But I would say overall, from the time that she got her catalog back to now, she's definitely earned 7 figures. I can say that much.
So when you say catalog, this was Pun's his debut album,
first and second album, and maybe some tracks on the third project that there was that was put together.
Yeah.
And then, you know, his features. He featured on a bunch of stuff with other artists and stuff like that. You know, might have been 100 records, 90 records, you know.
So anywhere that he appeared, that's a part of his overall catalog. And he was compensated that posthumously.
Yeah, that he got recognized to be a writer for. I mean, there's a couple of things that he wasn't recognized to be a writer for. Maybe like the Joe Cartagena album or something like that.
Don Cartagena album,
something like that. Yeah, something like that. But you know, I would say, you know, 90% of his works that he wrote for, he got his credit. You know what I'm saying? And we were able to, I mean, I could imagine now if Jelly Bean's still sending her unrecouped statements or just underpaying her now. You know, I think I won that case in 2016.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's like 9 years ago now. You know what I'm saying? It just shows you how heartless Jelly Bean, a guy like that, is.
Shit, it seems
You know
like
what I'm
everybody
saying?
in the music business in the administrative position is heartless.
Well, I look at it like this. Whoever gets your money first, they feel like it's theirs.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? And Jelly Bean, per se, I mean, just to know the fact that they were in a homeless shelter in a compromising position like that with kids and still not care. I don't know how he gets clients.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, other than using your disparity against you by advancing you some money that you need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You might even know you're going to get jerked in the future.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? But you need that advance or whatever he's trying to get you to sign up. You know what I'm saying? And I got a client right now, actually. I'm working with one of Angie Stone's people, and Jelly Bean is playing with them. I wrote him an email or a letter the other day telling him to give it back, you know, and I don't know, man. He thinks everything's a joke, you know?
Yeah. So you kind of turning into a thorn in a lot of these people ass around here.
Well, I think I'm only doing what's right, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't see me doing anything wrong. I'm just trying to, you know, bring the fair side of the business. Like I said, me growing up, being 18, 19 or whatever, I've only heard about people getting jerked.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? That more inspired me to understand contracts in the business side. You know what I'm saying? So, put it this way, I mean, I don't see me doing anything wrong. You know what I'm saying?
Me neither.
Yeah, right. You know what I'm saying? But I mean, I once again, not to mention Nori again, but Nori spoke to another rap guy that I know, and he called me maybe a couple months ago. He's like, "Yeah, I just spoke to Nori. Nori said everybody's scared of you."
Yeah, that's what it
I'm
sounds
like,
like.
I'm like, what? Why should they be scared of me? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
What's that about? You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm only here to. Oh wait, so basically, you guys like being in the compromising position that you're in. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just because you guys are tied in with emotions, and y'all want to be in a clubhouse with all these guys. I guess that's the cool club. That's all good. Like, let me not maximize my situation to disturb the peace of this guy over here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, the group members and stuff like that. I got a group right now. These guys hate each other. You know what I'm saying? And
Right.
a legendary group. And bro, all I see is war behind the scenes. You know what I'm saying? I just see a lot of war, man. You know what I'm saying? And it's just an ugly business, man. Money's a mother, man. You know what I'm saying? But once again, I'm only here to help the situation. You know what I'm saying? You know, and yeah, I guess I'm kind of looked as the bad guy sometimes. I don't really understand how I'm a villain.
Yeah.
Or I'm villainized in this business. You know what I'm saying?
Shit, you rocking the boat around this motherfucker, man. Like,
I mean,
you're doing the right thing on behalf
that's
of the underdog.
That's what I want to do.
Yeah.
I mean, but I feel like there should be more guys like me trying to go against these guys.
Right.
Stop playing games with these artists and get them their money. But like I said, once I get the money first, I feel like it's mine.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? The guy who ran Profile Records, he don't pay nobody.
I was gonna ask you some things about Run DMC. They were on Profile, right?
They were on Profile. They were on Profile.
Me and you had a discussion on Instagram briefly.
Yes.
I seen a performance where I believe Run was performing with LL Cool J, and then DMC was performing solo in the Bronx, and it just looked funny to me. And I made an Instagram post about it, and
Yeah,
you interjected.
Well, I remember my lawyer telling me back in like 2017 that one of the co-owners of Profile Records beat Run DMC in court, and he was able to use a narrative that these guys have been attacking me along with Russell, Run's brother, have been doing these things to me for like a decade or so. And what I was told, according to my lawyer, and he was robbing Run DMC, because that's what he does.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Well, I don't want to get sued, but allegedly he was, playing games with Run DMC's royalties, right?
Right.
But from what I was told, the judge gave him the rights to the catalog where he didn't have to pay them back. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, oh, you spent $10 million in court fees over the past so-and-so years. Like, all right, just take full hold of Run DMC's publishing. And, you don't have to pay them, you don't have to pay them. You
So
know what
the
I'm saying?
systematic racism continues.
I mean, that same guy, I bought the court last year, and I beat him for $1 million back in August 2024. And he's still playing baby with the judge because he doesn't want to pay.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't care. I mean, I got something for him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But like that special ed signed to that label. Dana Dane, a whole bunch of other people. You know what I'm saying? Camp Low. I spoke to them. He don't pay them. I don't know if it's a racial thing. He told one of my partners. My partner had a meeting with him about 6 months ago or less. And she said, "You don't pay nobody." And he said, "Oh, that's because I stopped paying them because I heard they're on drugs." Like, he just made up something. Like, I heard they're all on drugs, so I don't pay them no more.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Racism.
It's
I'm
just...
surprised none of these music executives have been found floating in a river.
If you set a tempo like that, I think they'd fall in line. Just in my opinion, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like, I mean, what's just as corrupt to me is that, say like a guy like that might go get a deal with Universal Publishing.
Yeah.
And then you might cry to Universal Publishing and be like, "Yo, this guy ain't paying me." You know what I'm saying? And you might even read the court doc and see that he's not paying you because you won the case and stuff like that. But Universal's gonna keep on doing business with him and keep on paying him. You know what I'm saying? I mean, so they're to me, I can't say Universal's just as guilty, but you know who you're in bed with.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And it's all about the money. Yeah. As long as they get their cut, I guess, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? It's sad.
When you just described winning $1 million for somebody.
Yeah.
How do you go celebrate $1 million victory?
Pay for more retainers.
Yeah.
I'm able to, because you gotta look at it like this. That case might be a year and a half, 2 years long.
Okay.
So in between that time, I'm telling Gully, I'm telling this man, I got new clients, don't worry about it. Like, you ain't got no way I'm gonna pay for your retainer. I'm flipping dope.
What exactly?
You know what I'm saying?
What exactly is a retainer? My understanding.
Well,
of
retainers
retainer.
with attorneys.
Oh, so these people be actually needing representation.
Yeah, because they don't got no money because they're getting jerked.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So all it does is stack up, more retainer money for me. Like, more clients, more retainer money. You know what I'm saying? And that's where, a lot of it goes,
So you kick off the lawsuits.
Yeah, because, like I said, these guys don't have any money. So I'm like, just to be efficient, like, don't worry about it. I'll pay for it.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I got it. You know what I'm saying?
An incredible service, man, for the underdog.
Yeah, so that's,
We got to make sure we have you, we got to get proper security for you. I might have to call the murder unit, man. I'm in contact with a few of them niggas, Baby Bob and them. You might need a chaperone or somebody to travel with you, man, because you went around here tangling with these big dogs, man, getting in their ass, man. You know how they get the plan, man. Have you ever considered the types of people that you be in conflict with?
Yeah, I could always, I got all sorts of people I could call if I need be. You gotta look at it like this. I just make the money.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But, I got clients that see if the money was getting affected, they might want to come out the woodwork and do something. You know what I'm saying?
Doubt.
I got one client, probably I think by this October, it'll probably be close to $2 million in the past year. You know what I'm saying? Some of these, if that money flow stopped, you know what I'm saying, or it was jeopardized, you know what I'm saying? So, but I don't, I try to stay professional. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I just do what I do. My job is just to generate the money. You know what I'm saying? I'm not, trying to get into like it's very inefficient if I had to bring some gangsters involved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, it's just highly inefficient. If I felt like my life was in jeopardy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we'll get the lawyers and do whatever. You know what I'm saying?
No
But
doubt.
I don't have no problems like that. I mean, I got more haters than anything, jealousy. I'm sure you know how that is.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's,
Yeah.
I do notice I'm a reflection of what some people aren't. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. So your forensic work basically exposed Fat Joe being dishonest with somebody that he called his friend and brother.
Yeah, I mean, once again, it's an ugly game, man. I mean, I don't, Joe's in his 50s now, and a lot of these actions when he was like in his 30s and stuff like that. I mean,
Yeah.
I don't think Joe, a lot of people change. I wouldn't do what I would the deceivious things I would do 20 years ago, I wouldn't do now, per se. You know what I'm saying?
So you think he's not a thief anymore?
Nah, I think he's grown. You know what I'm saying? I think he's. I mean, I hear a lot of good things about him. It's like I don't know him like that. You know what I'm saying? So I can't say, but I mean, I think it seems like he has a bigger heart now.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
People grow.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? So I don't think he would get caught up at, And plus he got more money, so the disparity might not be there. You know what I'm saying?
I imagine so. He was stealing from niggas. He should have a lot of money.
I mean, everywhere you go, somebody's doing. I mean, but we could be here till tomorrow about who stole from who.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Or who got shortchanged some money. That's half the stories that get on the phone.
I never seen a art form or a scenario or an element that was more dirty than the entertainment business. I was in the streets and the drug game from like 14 to damn near 40.
I mean,
and I seen some shit in the streets, but the shit that go down in this music business.
Even with the I got the paid in full contract, right? From AZ.
Yeah.
Right. And so this is like movie / music. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because they use some of his music, gangster shit and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got the contract. And, he's like, oh, no, they gave me $60,000 or something like that. You know what I'm saying? But I'm supposed to get more money in the back end. You know what I'm saying? But, I mean, the contract doesn't say what they told him. What Jay and Dame told him doesn't equate to what the contract says. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So basically, he just have to walk over and live with that $60,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it happens in all sorts of businesses.
Yeah, that front end normally catch people, huh? People see that briefcase full of money.
It's the advance.
Yeah.
The advance always gets you, bro.
They said Don King gave Muhammad Ali a briefcase with 50,000 in it,
advance,
and
bro.
you owed him $1 million or something.
I got a client right now that has 50% of their father's estate, music-wise, and the music catalog is worth millions. The company's not giving them no money. Once again, their estate not knowing much, so maybe they don't know how to pursue it, right?
Yeah.
There's some company on the side that's trying to give them $25,000 right now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So they could take over everything. They saw one of my videos a day before. If they didn't see my video, they were gonna sign the contract the next day for the $25,000.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And this guy would have came in and would have been able to inhale a whole bunch of money. You know what I'm saying? So, I've seen, mostly smaller companies will try to drip dry you, put you in a desperate situation, then try to give you some money to buy your rights. They've been jerking you the whole time.
Right.
But they're gonna give Gully $50,000 like they're doing you a favor when they're just buying you out with your own money.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Very common.
How much has social media helped expand your brand and knowledge of that which you do for people?
Social media's helped me big time with getting clients on the DM, and it's been able to, people see my videos and the trials and tribulations I've gone through in this business, and some people like hit me up, very emotional, you know what I'm saying, and be like, yo, like just like I said, like I was gonna sign this contract tomorrow if I didn't see your video today.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And like, you saved me, you saved my family and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So
right.
That's why I do these videos. I do these videos to try to educate people. My videos, I don't want I don't really want to tell you about the good side of business. There's really no education there. Like, you can go to Drink Champs and all these other places to get a laugh.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I want to tell you about the bad side of business.
Yeah, this shit ain't
Yeah,
fun.
I want to tell you about the painful side of business. You know what I'm saying? That it ain't that much fun. You know what I'm saying? You got something to think about. You know what I'm saying? So that's what more I'll be expanding on. I'll be, you know, interviewing artists and stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? More in depth. But like, I want to show you the painful side of business. You know what I'm saying? And you know, this what it's called, it's music business. You know, if you just know the music, then your business is gonna be fucked up. You know what I'm saying? It's 2 words, bro. You know what I'm saying? And like I said, I've seen it ever since, you know, a teenager, that, you know, people might have just known the music and not really understood the business. But at the same time, if I was their age, 18, I would have signed the same thing they did. You know what I'm saying? It's not like, oh, I knew at 18, 19, I would have been in the same predicament. It just would have been a bunch of us in the same predicament.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's just that I was just more invested in understanding the contractual side of business. You know what I'm saying? And even some of these guys now, 30, 40 years later, they're still angry from what happened 40 years ago. I mean, you just, you know, instead of just trying to educate yourself and powering yourself up so you can, you know more about the business and you can help people, you know, take your victimization as education.
Yeah.
And, you know, instead of, you know, being like embarrassed about it, you should let people know.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And it's kind of foolish, you know what I'm saying? But I don't know, everybody's different.
Probably some post-traumatic shit associated with being robbed in the public like that.
Nah, I mean, I know people that talk about it like it feels like yesterday.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's very vivid.
No doubt.
You know what I'm saying? And I understand that part, but you gotta stop being a victim at one point. You know what I'm saying?
Tell me, to the best of your ability, exactly what it was that you did to help spring Max B. Max B went to prison with a 75-year sentence, and he's due to come home, I believe,
November 13th or 9th?
the 9th, November 9th, next month.
Okay.
That's
Yeah.
next month.
I mean,
No,
that's
2 months from now, about 2
Yeah.
months, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, basically, I'm from Bergen County, born and raised, right?
Okay.
When I was younger, in the 20s, I was in and out the court system, just effing up all day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I was able to establish a relationship with lawyers, you know, by helping. Like I told you before, my guy got caught with the Glory Velez tour bus.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? He was looking at 66 years in jail. You know what I'm saying? So let's just say I made some lawyers some money. You know what I'm saying? I've made one lawyer well over, you know, a couple $1 million probably. You know what I'm saying? I don't ask for no money or anything like that. Like, you know, that's it is what it is. But if I had a problem, I'd have the credit, or, you know, it helped build a great rapport between me and these guys. You know what I'm saying? And I still use one of these lawyers to this day and stuff. But make a long story short, you know, he called me up with a tidbit talking about how the prosecutor was making fun of Max B's lawyer, Joe Saluti, and how amateur he was and how little he knew, and how easy this case is. You know, this is an easy one. You know what I'm saying? And my lawyer told me that. You know what I'm saying? And I told him, like, hey, I know the record label he signed to. It was a company called Amalgam Digital at one point.
Yeah.
DJ Next and some other guys. Yeah. So he was basically like, hey, so this is like 09 or so. He's basically like, hey, if they give me so-and-so dollars, I'll spring them out this thing. You know what I'm saying? Get them back home. You know what I'm saying? And I told DJ Next, you know, like, you know, what the situation was, and he got up with my lawyer, and I guess he didn't want to spend the money, or he was in transition of selling his catalog to another company called Phase One. And, you know, just in between that time, I was just trying to tell everybody, like, yo, you know, I can get Max out, you know, back in, you know, 2010 or 11 or so. And basically, I introduced my lawyer to Phase One, who retained Max B's catalog like 2015, 16 or so.
Yeah.
And my lawyer, you know, was telling them how we can get him out. You know what I'm saying? But he only took some of my lawyer's information. You know what I'm saying? Mind you, nobody was looking. Just mind you, for 10 years or so, people like free Max B. Nobody was trying to really free Max B. It looked like there was nobody looking into his case.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? They were just free Max B in it.
Hashtag.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? But my lawyer put the battery and the labels back to, you know, try to get Max out. And instead of hiring my lawyer, he tried to use an in-house lawyer to get his time reduced, which he did get his time reduced, but if he would have used my lawyer, he would have got him out back then, like totally. So this, my lawyer could have had him out since like 2012, period. You know what I'm saying? On a PCR, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's a, what's that, post-relief?
Yeah, post-relief conviction, something like that, yeah. But they didn't, nobody looked into the PCR until like 2020 or something like that. So he, you know, marinated in jail for a decade or so until somebody really cared. You know what I'm saying? And if I didn't advocate or even reach out to Phase 1 about it, it just would have been is what it is.
So you know? the loophole that helped him get free was there was some.
Well, they used the credibility. Phase 1's lawyer used the credibility of Joe Saludi being incompetent as an attorney.
Okay, that's what I was trying to say.
Yeah, and they reduced it from there on that. My lawyer was gonna bring the girl in and some other things.
Gina Conway.
Yeah, and break them totally from it. You know what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You know, but I spoke to Max about it, so he knows I was a helping hand. He thanked me. I spoke to him from jail like 2 years ago. So
yeah, he's on his way home. What you expect to happen when he get here?
Well, he signed management with a friend of mine, and I think he's off. He's in good hands, so I think he's off to the races. I think they're gonna get him on tour. Actually, I just made a phone call to help put together the Coke Wave tour with him and French Montana.
Ooh, wait.
Yeah. So
upon release.
Yeah. Yeah. They just had a meeting about it the other day. So, you know, I just put the two guys together. So they're talking about Coke Wave tour. So yeah, that's nice of French to help him out, help his man get some money. Yeah. You know,
he ain't just helping him out; he helping himself.
Yeah, but I think French got a lot of money. He doesn't really have to go. Like French sounds like he got a whole bunch of money. He don't really have to. Yeah. But yeah, he's, you know, helping himself at the same time. But it's gonna help Max a little more, I think. You know what I'm saying? He come off the tour, he might have so and so dollars. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, it's gonna being that he's coming from incarceration. It's definitely gonna probably put him in a place where he's probably comfortable on his way home. Yeah. But French is gonna benefit from that shit like a motherfucker. Before Max went to jail, French was riding Max like a racehorse, like seriously. Well, yeah, mind you, I think my man Dan Grease was doing a lot of music for him.
Yeah, he was.
At
Shout
one
out
point.
Grease.
Yeah, Grease is my guy. Grease is my guy. Yeah, but I know they got a lot of songs together, Grease and French and Max and French, who was signed to DFL. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I remember helping DFL in a case when but mind you, this is in amateur days, when Akon signed him. Okay. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, French was with Akon.
Yeah, so I kind of like, I guess I'm responsible for kind of breaking that up. You know what I'm saying? And then he went off, you know, signing with other people, you know what I'm saying? But it is what it is, man. You know, shout out to DFL, shout out to French. You know, I would like to see them mend. Maybe it's not the French, but I would like to have seen them more mend their situation, because they did have a friendship at one point.
Are you talking about him and DFL?
Yeah, they had a friendship. I mean, I think French used to live with him or something. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And I like to see people come together, you know what I'm saying? More than my own circumstances with other people. You know what I'm saying? From the outside, I would have liked to see them just be like, yeah, we're cool. I ain't got no problem with you. We good. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, to get both sides, just get it past you. You know what I'm saying? Like, just get it past you. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Moving forward, do you ever have any intentions on having seminars or being in a position where you're educating people?
Well, yeah, I'm speaking in November somewhere in Michigan. They're paying me to speak out at a seminar in Michigan sometime in November. But I've been talking to some people about, you know, me and my attorney working on, you know, doing a documentary, you know what I'm saying, based on the hard side of business, like I said, the painful side of business, interviewing some clients with some of their trial and tribulations and things that they're going through, you know what I'm saying, while I do the forensics and my lawyer does, you know, her litigation part of the business and contract side of the business. Right. So no, we're gonna start filming pretty soon. And I've gotten offers over the past years. I mean, I filmed with Genius.com. I just didn't sign a contract at one point, but I've been getting offers probably like since 2019 on content based on what I do.
No doubt.
Yeah, but yeah, we're gonna do something. But I would hope to do a speakers tour. You know, get on the road like a rapper.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, and come back with some show money.
Very
you know what I'm
necessary.
saying? Yeah, definitely.
Tell my viewers about your YouTube channel, what you got going on over there, so they can go check you out.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Hey,
You got a lot of good content.
Yeah.
The salt and pepper Spinderella thing, that was something that very interested me.
yeah, it's that Salt and
St.
Pepper
Louis
trying to
joint.
get their masters back. Mind you, they signed to Herbie Love Bug, and then Herbie Love Bug signed, so they signed to a production company, and then Herbie Love Bug took his, you know, those rights to that and went to a major label. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, they're trying to like cut the fat and trying to go right through the label without Herbie Love Bug to try to get the masters back. And I'm no lawyer, but I don't know if they could really do it like that. You know what I'm saying? So that's what they're going through, and then they had a problem maybe like not making Spinderella a group
Part
member.
of the group, yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Sucker shit.
Yeah. So I mean, but once again, like I was saying, like, you know, Herbie gets amount of points. He's the production company. Back then, he might have got no more than 13, 14 points, and you know, a generous guy splits it. You know what I'm saying? So I'll give you 7 points, Salt and Pepper, and now y'all got 3.5 each.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And then Spinderella pops up. You know what I'm saying? And then they, you know, they want to split it 3 ways. They're like, hell no.
Yeah.
You know, I gotta go to 2% now, because you know, people gotta think about the points. Just think of it as percentage.
Right.
7.7%.
Yeah.
A big pie. You know what I'm saying, that you're missing out on. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I mean, a lot of those guys in the '80s, a lot of those people in the '80s, bad contracts. You know, it kind of transcended from the '60s and Roulette Records with the work for hire contracts to where, you know, maybe even like Sugar Hill in the '70s or early '80s, or Enjoy Records per se would, you know, give you writer credit, but I still keep the publishing. So I'm keeping 75% of the royalties coming in, you know what I'm saying? And you get your 25% through a writer account, through ASCAP BMI, you know what I'm saying? And I get to keep that publishing entity in perpetuity. So you have nothing to do with that, you know what I'm saying? To maybe like people signing to Profile Records, or Co-Chillin' Records, which is very similar contractually, where it's kind of like, I get to keep the publishing. I keep the copyright, I keep the publishing, but I'll give you a royalty. You know what I'm saying? So you might get 50% of the royalties, but I still get to keep the publishing entity. You know what I'm saying? So you might get 50% out of this publishing money coming, but it's under my company. You know what I'm saying? To where, you know, in the 80s, some companies did give out some publishing and stuff like that. Curtis Blow was able to get publishing. You know what I'm saying? While Run DMC never to this day maybe had a publishing entity. All those Run DMC albums that we grew up on, Walk This Way, Christmas Rap, never had a publishing entity to claim as their own.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just think about how much money they generated for the business back then. You know what I'm saying? Probably the key figures of generating money in the rap game. I mean, what was bigger than Walk This Way maybe? Right? Or something like that. You know what I'm saying? They should have got their just desserts. While maybe like other guys were able to get a publishing company. I think maybe LL was able to get his publishing. Like I said, Curtis Blow was able to get his publishing. Larry Smith was able to, no. I think Larry Smith was able to get some publishing.
That's Houdini, right? Houdini?
Who was like the main producer. Yeah, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think Houdini had a publishing entity back then that they would just get a royalty. You know what I'm saying? BDP, at least the first album, I think they might have had a publishing discrepancy back then, I think. You know, so it was like mixing. Co-Chillin' was royalty based. Marley Marl, all those guys, nobody had publishing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Just getting a royalty. You know what I'm saying? Then in the 90s, you know, or Def Jam, EPMD, I think was able to get publishing. You know what I'm saying? Late 80s. I think Russell bought EPMD's contract right? From Sleeping Bag or whatever, they were able to get their publishing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then I think as the 90s came, you know what I'm saying, most people were able to get publishing unless you signed to Profile.
Yeah.
Because like Camp Low came in like 95 and didn't get publishing.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So.
Tell them where the YouTube channel is at.
Oh, yeah.
Where they can find you at online.
Yeah.
I appreciate your time. You've
Yeah,
been
no, I
wonderful,
appreciate it.
reciprocal.
Yeah, so Gongu Roach, GONGU ROACH. That's at YouTube at Gongu Roach. I'm building my channel. I'm telling stories about the horrible side of the business. You know what you need to know. I'm just trying to educate you guys on what you need to know in the business. I tell a few stories in between, you know, of trials and tribulations that I've seen people go through or I may have gone through. But I would appreciate if y'all subscribe to my channel. And you know, I'm kind of busy, so I try to do these videos in between. Sometimes I get a lot of contracts and stuff like that, but I'm trying to be more consistent. You know what I'm saying? I'm about to hire some more people so I can contribute and be, you know, more consistent on the YouTube side. But I would appreciate y'all like and subscribe and put comments in, and you know, I'll give you some feedback. Gongu Roach at YouTube. I appreciate it.
Instagram.
My Instagram is at Gongu Roach also.
Appreciate you appearing
Yes.
on the real Gully TV, man.
Yes.
Hip hop, sports, and
I
fashion.
appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Let's
Little
go.
unit, you know what I mean? Tripe the God, real shit, Gully TV. My nigga for real.
My guy.
Ah.